Hello, 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 hello. Hello. On today's episode, this started great already, hasn't it? On today's episode, it's about what would you do if you had a superpower, and what would that superpower be? So join me, and let's find out. Hello, and welcome to Infinite Prattle! Unscripted, unedited prattle on everything. Hosted by me, Stephen. Listen, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the show. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for joining me on episode number 3 of Series 5, 5.03. You may have noticed the new naming convention. I can't remember if I've mentioned this already. I probably should, pay more attention to what I do, but yes, I've scrapped the Roman numerals, scrapped the previous convention, and I'm slowly renaming all the episodes thusly. So Series 1 will be 1 point, and then whatever episode it is will follow, so 1 will be 0, 1. Up to 10, that'd just be normal digits without the 0, because that'd be silly. In other news, I'm very, very, very happy this week. Possibly because of the fact I've purchased a new motorcycle, and it's making me very pleased, and I'm picking up. I'm recording this early for once, so I'm recording this on the Thursday prior to the Sunday release, and I'm picking the motorbike up on the Friday. So super, super happy, super, super excited. Cannot wait. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to being on a motorcycle again, to be honest, and being out and about and just having that freedom of being on a bike. There's nothing like it, genuinely. There's nothing like it, and any bikers listening will know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, it's not about that today. Another announcement as well. Again, before I get into the mix of the episode. In fact, no, I'll leave it and I'll come back to that if I remember. Yeah, so superpowers. So I'll keep you hanging now, so you've got to try and listen a little bit longer. I'll announce that in a bit. Anyway, superpowers. Comic books have been around for a long time. Superheroes have been around for a long time, and then the last 10 years, 15 years or so, we've had the Marvel cinematic universe and the DC extended universe, I think theirs is called. Never really been into the DC too much. I love Superman, love Batman, but I think Marvel just do it better. They just do the films a lot better. Anyway, well, not just the films. I actually prefer the majority of Marvel superheroes, to be honest. But you always think to yourself, well, I do, being a large, overgrown child. What superpowers would I want? And I think that I'd want to be greedy, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'd probably want several. I'd probably want to be kind of like the ultimate superhero and have multiple stuff. Let's see if I can narrow that down towards the end of the episode, and let's see if I can actually narrow it down to the one superhero power that I would actually want. But there's so many good ones, isn't there? Because I think this one probably stands out as being the one that seems a bit dodgy, and that's invisibility. If turning yourself invisible, or being able to cloak yourself, or even camouflage yourself to a degree, enters the realms of, you could use that for something dodgy. I suppose if you had laser beam eyes, or you could fly, you could still, or superpower superhuman strength, then that could be used for dodgy stuff. But in the film The Hollow Man, kind of shows it, doesn't it? Like a bit of a spoof take on H.G. Wells's Invisible Man book. Which, why have they never made a proper film about that book? Because that is, well, H.G. Wells is hands down my favourite science author, especially from the time that he lived. If you read any of his books and you think that they were written in the 19th century, mind blowing. But The Invisible Man was quite a harrowing book, and he kind of got drunk on the power of invisibility. I don't recall he used it for perverse nature, like spying on naked women or anything like that. Which in the Hollow Man film they did. I think he watched someone get changed and stuff. But I've always thought that being invisible would be cool. I think because, like, even though I'm an extrovert, I'm quite an introvert as well. So I think just to be able to walk around invisible and only be visible when you felt like it, I think is the reason that it appeals to me. And also, I always thought you could get in like cinemas and museums and stuff for free, and that'd be super cool. They'll just like save loads of money, and that would be. I think that would be the biggest thing. Yeah, I think that'd be super cool. Super cool. And that's all. When I was a kid, that was the one. That was the one that I wanted, as well as the power of flight. Because I say I am pretty greedy, and I would want multiple superpowers. I think Spider-Man, weirdly, Spider-Man and Wolverine are probably my two favorite, as well as Batman. But Batman doesn't really have a superpower. His superpower is being rich, really, isn't it? A bit like Tony Stark and Iron Man. Wolverine, he has his X-Man power, but he also has obviously the adamantium uh, skeleton, which makes him super strong and undefeatable, and he has like super healing powers. And Spider-Man, bit by a radioactive spider, shooting webs, stick to things, climb, spidey sense. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Athletic guy. As we saw in the Tobey Maguire one, overnight six pack, which would be quite nice. Mine's a barrel, so a six pack would be nice. I've never had a six pack. I've been slim in my days, but I've never really had a six pack. I feel like something I should try to achieve before I reach an age where I'm just going to demise and die. Cheery. Focus on something, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah. So I really find it difficult to narrow it down. So like invisibility, flying, Superman's power of flight would be awesome, absolutely amazing. Just to be able to, you know, just fly anywhere at super speed, like, and have that strength as well. Have the super strength as well to be able to carry things as well. So you could literally just like load all your family into the car, all the luggage, and then fly the car to somewhere, and you'd be there on holiday with the car and all your luggage. Like, practicality of that is, and the money savings as well. I think that'd be so cool. But again, it's superpowers. It's super flight. It's super flight. Super flight. It's the having the power of flight and strength at the same time. Well, what other powers did Superman have? X-ray vision. Again, could be used for dodgy shit, couldn't it? Like bank vaults and stealing stuff, and also the old perverse thing as well. We've all seen the gags of X-ray glasses. Who was it that did that? Someone did the gag of X-ray glasses, and I feel like it was Benny Hill or something. It seems like a Benny Hill thing. And then he had laser vision, a bit like Cyclops. And he had he could like cool things down with his breath. He had super breath. Well, is that it? Apart he could jump, couldn't he? Well, it's kind of like flying. Is that I may be wrong here, and it's probably people going to shout at me. But I'm pretty sure in the original comics he couldn't fly. It was because he could jump a long way, which was like flight, and then eventually he just flew. I believe that's a thing. I may be wrong, so apologies, but I'm pretty sure he was like able to leap a building in a single bound and all that sort of stuff from the original comics. I mean, Superman's been around for a long time. Nightcrawler. Now he can he has the ability to just teleport, which is kind of like it's almost as good as flying, but he can only take himself, I believe, or something he's touching, or person is if he's touching someone very close to him. Now, if he could touch a car and teleport the car with all its belongings, that's better than Superman flying, because then there's no effort. There's literally super reduced effort there. So basically, what I'm discovering here is I'm greedy, want all the superpowers, and I'd be really lazy. But as Peter Parker's uncle said, great power comes great responsibility. And if I did have superpowers, would I have to fight crime? I suppose you would have to, wouldn't you? I suppose it's like I'm quite a morally strong person. Would like to help people. Like, if I had the ability, if I did have the ability to fight crime, would I? I suppose you would have to. You would. If I could fly, have laser vision, super cold breath, flight, super strength, all that malarkey. Or if I was like Wolverine, spikes in the hand. The spikes in the hand are the coolest bit, aren't they? How did I not mention that before? Ugh. I'm pretty sure most men, if you said to them, would you would you would would you like spikes that come out of your hands like Wolverine? They'd just be like, fuck yes, please, can I install them now? Yeah, so I think it comes down to that I would want maybe I could choose one superhero's power to have. So if I chose Superman, I would get multiple powers rather than just choose one power. And Superman does have a couple of good ones. He's super strong. He's invulnerable, pretty much, apart from kryptonite and all these other different versions of kryptonite. What's that about? What is that about? And there's like red kryptonite, green kryptonite, yellow kryptonite. I feel like there's black kryptonite, and they all have like a different weird effects on him. You're completely invulnerable apart from this little tiny rock. Flying would be super cool though. Flying would be super cool. I think flying would be like one of the best things, just to travel around and be super quick. But would you have to have the invulnerability? Because flying that fast, would your skin just rip off your bones? That's the thing. Because if you chose one superpower but didn't have the other one to complement it, would you just die? Like, if you chose to be Wolverine with the adamantium, like, skeleton, would it be that heavy that you couldn't stand up because Wolverine's strong and heals quick? Would it just kill you? See, these are the questions that need answering in the world. These are the things that need questioning. Because I think they chose Logan because of his healing ability to put the adamantium in the first place. So you would have to have the healing ability to have the adamantium installed, and then I'm cheating again, and I've got 2 superpowers. So maybe multiple is the way to go. Maybe multiple is the only way to gain superpowers. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just interrupt that thought process. Recover your mind a bit from that meander of mentalness. And the little bit of announcement is, I am going to be starting video podcasting. Ooh, I hear you say. Should I have some applause? I feel like I should have some sort of applause. Oh, yes, video podcasting. It's about time, Stephen. I hear you cry. I've always veered away from doing the video things too early in the podcast, mainly because I'm lazy and didn't really want to have something else to edit as well as my full time job and stuff like that. But I recently I've got a DSLR camera basically, and I realized that I could just use that. Set it up. I'm not gonna go for more multiple angles and all this stuff that YouTubers do. I'm gonna get my DSLR camera, put the lens on it, set it up. So I've got a capture cable that I can capture the video direct from the DSLR, a power cable for it, so it can record stuff without running out of battery, which is always good. That's what you need. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. I don't know when. Don't know. It might be the next episode. It might be the one after. I'm not sure. But I'll put them up on YouTube, and I think one of the reasons to do it is going to make my kind of reels and social media posts a bit more interesting as well. Because rather than just posting pictures and sound clips, I can then post the sound clips as well as some videos as well. So I'm hoping that will capture people and bring more listeners and maybe make it more inviting for people to share. So yeah, so that's the news. Maybe not as grandiose as you were expecting, but for me, it's a big step. It's a big step. It's something to edit, and well, not edit, but basically put a title on and put a title on the end and sync some audio. So kind of editing, but not. It'll still be the unedited Prattle. There'll still be an audio version. So the audio version will still be available, and they'll just be hand in hand with it, a video accompaniment. So you can either watch the video or not. And I'm going to try and make them so that I'm not leaving anyone out. So if I'm doing a video one, I will think about the people that are only listening or think about the people that are only listening to it via the audio. So I won't be going, oh, look at this. Look, we're going to watch this video together, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do stuff like that. I may every so often point to something in the room, but I will try to remember to then upload said picture or whatever, or screen capture that and add it to the mix. I recently discovered that you can actually add pictures to chapters, so I'm going to try and be less lazy on my episodes and actually make chapters. And I realized recently you can actually add chapters to it, so that's pictures to the chapters. So that's something I might do as well going forward. Anyway, back to superpowers. I don't know what that voice was. Yeah. So what would I want to be? So I think so far an invisible, flying, super strong, adamantium encased skeleton, clawed Wolverine. Is that just lazy? Is that just me being lazy and just picking them all? Or is that just the ultimate badass? I feel like that's the ultimate badass. Okay, so we've got Wolverine, and he can fly. And he has laser vision, like Cyclops or Superman. And he's pretty strong, but he has, like, Superman strength. And, yeah. And he can be invisible as well. I mean, that's, like, the ultimate. That is, like, the ultimate. Invisible, strong, adamantium, indestructible, can fly. Did I say invisible? Hang on. Invisible, can fly, super strong, adamantium, can heal, claws for hands. Mic drop. That is the ultimate Wolverine. Air horn just to bring home that fact. I've got all these sounds on this thing, and I never use any of them. And I always forget. So, ultimate Wolverine. See? I never use any of them. I nearly said Wolverine wrong as well. Yeah. What would your superpowers be? Would you want to invent a new one? Like, is there any new ones we can invent? Is there? Have we exhausted every single line of superhero ability? Because you never really get a superhero that's like the power of math. Added the S for the British people. Or the power to be able to, like, wash up quickly and do the dishes quickly, or the ability to fold clothes fast. I mean, they're not really superpowers, are they? I mean, I suppose if that's your business, I suppose if, like, you're like a dry cleaners or something, and you can then launder clothes really quickly, be a superhero power for you. It's not really. Oh, it's not really groundbreaking, though, is it? It's not really exciting. But if I was the ultimate Wolverine, firstly, I'd be ripped as frig, wouldn't I? Like, let's face it. Like, have you seen Deadpool 3? Christ, Hugh Jackman. That film just made me feel bad for myself, to be fair. Like, he's at least 15 years older than me. And the guy was ripped, man. Ugh. Anyway. Yeah. I think I've shot it. I don't care if I'm greedy. I really don't care if I'm greedy. I want all the superpowers, and I want them now. And I won't be completely selfish. I may fight a bit of crime, and then when I want to hide, I can just go invisible. So invisible, flying, Wolverine. Yeah, there you go. Invisible, flying, Wolverine. There you go. The absolute ultimate in badassery. But it would have to mix DC and Marvel. So I don't think that crossover is ever happening. Yeah. Have a think. Let me know. You can send me a text message. If you look in the description of this episode and click on send us a text message, you can send me a text and let me know what you thought directly. Um, yeah, that would be fantastic if you could do that. If you would like to share this episode, I would be also very, 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 very happy. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what superpowers you would have. Let me know if you'd even want superpowers. Maybe it would be too much power for you, and you would want to get rid of them. I don't know. Maybe that would be too much. Maybe I would get bored of being able to fly, and maybe the responsibility would be too much, like Uncle Ben said. Was it Uncle Ben? I know he made rice. I want to say it's Uncle Ben. It's Peter Parker's uncle called Uncle Ben. Oh my god. It is, isn't it? Anyway, what would you do? Thanks very much for listening. And I'll catch you next time. Yeah, speak soon. You've been listening to Infinite Prattle! Thanks for listening. If you liked this episode, go back and listen to some others. Please continue to listening. Your support is muchly appreciated. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.